If my conditionings are contradicting with my unconscious desires, is that what makes me non-integrated, schizophrenic, and a hypocrite?
Repeat the first line again.
If my conditionings are contradicting with my unconscious desires,
What do you mean by conditioning and unconscious desires?
for example, you're brought up to think that sex is a sin, is a bad thing, but biologically you enjoy sex.
So biologically you enjoy it.
Biologically, yes, Swami.
You are a big bull.
A big bull, Swami, yes.
So repeat the whole question again.
If my conditionings are contradicting with my unconscious desires, is that what makes me non-integrated, schizophrenic, and a hypocrite?
Yes, you are right. Perfectly right. So your conditioning are not even skin deep. Your unconsciousness, your instincts, your desire for sex are far, far more deeper. You can hide them, but you cannot destroy them. You can suppress them, you can repress them, but you cannot get rid of them. If you try to get rid of them, if you try to throw them out of the window, then you will be always restless. You will create all kind of sickness, all kind of obsessive compulsive neurosis, all kind of obsessions. So your conditioning is done by those who have vested interest in you, those who want to use you, those who want to exploit you, those who want to use you for some purpose, for their own purpose, for their own ends. You are just a mean for them. You are just a cog in the wheel. You are just an instrument to be used and then thrown away. They have their own desires. If they are not able to fulfill it themselves, then they try to fulfill it through their children. So, if they want to direct your energy in certain direction so that you get educated and you get a good job so that you can earn a lot, then whatever is natural has to be suppressed. But they don't understand the inner working. If you try to suppress them, then you will create schizophrenia. You will create divisions within you. Then there will be inner conflict. So whatever is natural, you cannot destroy them. You need to understand them. You need to be friendly with them. You need to befriend them. You need to have a loving attitude towards them. You need to give attention to them. your each and every cell of the body is made of sex. So fighting sex is worthless. You need to develop something within you. You need to find something within you which is higher than the instinct. And that is there. If you are not fighting, then you will be able to find that. Then your energy will become harmonious. It will cooperate in your life. But you need to know what sex energy is. You need to experience it also. Whatever the body, whatever is the need of the body, if you are satisfying those bodily need in a balanced way, being more conscious, then they will become calm, tranquil. The fever will be lost. But if you are fighting with them, then they will resist. If you are inimical to them, then they will defeat you. Then your defeat is certain. All those people, your parents, your relatives, your school teachers, your so-called guides who misguide you all your life, they have no understanding. They have not tried to understand. They are also goaded by others. So they are living their life blindly. So blind people are following other blind people, and they found themselves in ditch. Andha andha theliya dono ko padant. So you will have to understand your conditioning. You will have to become watchful of all your conditioning and watchful of all your instincts also. As you become more and more watchful, you will find there is a separation. The watcher is on the hill, the watcher is separate. The witnessing consciousness is beyond these things. The witness is like the lotus in the mud. It remains in the mud, but it remains untouched. So you can be in the midst of all these clouds, all these dark clouds, but you can remain like the sun, or you can remain like the virgin sky. You are giving them strength because you are identified with them. These people, your parents and all others who have influenced you, they have conditioned you because they were themselves unconscious. They don't know how your psychology works. Even psychologists, they are not conscious people. So the only way to be really free from all those things, to go beyond these things, to transcend your conditioning and your unconscious mind, is to become more conscious, is to bring the inner light in. And that is what meditation is. Meditation is not some technique. Meditation is to become conscious, to bring the inner light. That light will remove all your inner darkness. So, parents are always in a hurry. Because they want to realize their goal through you. So they will, whatever is natural for you, whatever is instinctual for you, they will not allow your instinct to come on the surface, because then you are closer to animal. But what is wrong in being an animal? Animals are very innocent. They are not criminals. They are not demons. They are not devils like human beings become. Just there is a news in India which is now everywhere. The whole country is shocked. The whole country is shocked because of it. And these things happens once in a while. So one Muslim boy, because he is also conditioned in Islamic bullshits, so he must have been conditioned, taught that you have to destroy as many Hindu girls as possible. Either convert them or destroy their life, reduce them into prostitute or kill them. So he had 3-4 Hindu girlfriends. About them at present it is not known whether their life is destroyed or whatever. Must have been destroyed to some extent. Then he had this 4th girlfriend. I forgot her name, I think Shraddha or something. And his name is Aftab. So they were in live-in relationship for maybe 1 or 2 or 3 years. And since the very beginning he was beating the girl. In the beginning the parents said that don't relate with this man. They don't like him and he is of different religion also. But she said that now I am grown up, so I will take my decision, and she left the home and went with him. And then I think within a week she said that he was beating her, and she was for a very long time creating pressure in him that you should get married to me. But he was not ready, so they used to fight all the time, and both of them used to they were spying on each other. Where you are, you show me your video. Where you are, you show me. So these things were, the fight was going on. Then one night the girl may have said, night or day, whatever, that she was again saying to get married. Then they had a fight. Then he just used his hands to kill her. And then he was a chef, so he knew how to cut things. So he cut her in 35 parts. Before that, he may have raped her even after her death many times. He may have had sex with her. because this is very Islamic, very fashionable in Islam to have sex with a dead body. Then he brought a fridge, a big fridge, and with the big knife with which you cut big animals. He cut her into 35 parts and well packed her in polythene or whatever. And then he was using incense and kerosene oil and room freshener. And then because he came to know this girl also through some dating site. So he was talking with other girls and then he was inviting them also. He was having sex in that very room with other girls. And then in the night time he will take like 1 part every day or 2 part every day, and threw her body, scattered her body in different parts of the Delhi forests. And for a long time he was, after her death, he was managing her mobile also. He will reply to her friend's message or her parents' message. But after some time, he thought that maybe he will be caught in this way. So he closed her mobile. And maybe her parents, they grew suspicious because she had not contacted them for a long time. So maybe they complained to the police. And he was later on caught. And then when he was given good treatment, then he told them that he had killed her and threw parts of her body in different places in forests. So perhaps many of the body parts, maybe bones, have been recovered, because if you throw them, then a wild animal will eat those parts. So, and it was already 6-month-old incident. So no sane man can do such a thing. This man, in his unconsciousness, there must be lot of demons. You may be conditioned by Islamic rotten philosophies that all others are worse than animals, they are worse than shit, they are worse than insect. If you are killing them, then you are helping them. But still, a sane person cannot be affected by that. So he must be having great load of unconsciousness. That means very dark night inside. And he knew nothing how to see his unconsciousness being a detached, unidentified witness. When you are able to see something, when you are able to know something, then that thing loses power over you. Then those things cannot rule you. A witness is the master. A witness is the king. In the presence of the master, all servants behave as they are expected. They become obedient. So if he were aware of his unconsciousness, then that unconsciousness could not have created such barbaric madness within him. He may be thinking he has served Islam, but he has just destroyed his life. He has destroyed the life of that girl also. He has done such a sin that he will have traumas and nightmare for. He will be in hell. Hell is not some geographical place. Now his real hell begins. And even these girls, because they're totally unconscious. So they cannot see. They are mad in their lust. It is not love, it is all lust marriage, not love marriage. So when they are possessed by that chemistry, that lust, that greed, they become totally blind. They cannot see the person. I saw the picture of that person. He looks like monsters are hiding within him. He's brutal. He can do all those things. But girls are so stupid. They fall for superficial things. He may be a good chef, must be earning a lot, and he looked smart according to stupid modern people. But according to me, he was just a monkey. A monkey in a coat. So until and unless you are aware of your unconsciousness, they can create havoc in your life. You can earn a lot of money, you can become powerful. But these things cannot make your life an art, make your life graceful. These things cannot bring you peace, silence, serenity, joy, bliss, ecstasy. Meditation is the only science for a man who wants to know himself. Now there are idiots, educated idiots, who say that so far science has not come to know about God, that whether there is God or not. But that doesn't mean that we should become atheist. That is equally foolish. Because if the science has not come to know, that doesn't mean that there is no God. So those who are saying there is no God, they are also idiotic. So the best way is to become agnostic. But how can science come to know what God is? That is not its department. Science is the study of objective things. Scientists are never turning in. They never study themselves. When you are studying objects or atoms, or you are going out, God is within you. You are the God. In your very depth is the God hiding. God is your very consciousness. God is not a person sitting somewhere in the sky. God is the energy behind this whole universe. God is the greenery of the tree. God is when the flowers blossom. That energy is God. God is expressing itself in many ways. But only human being has this capacity, this capability to know God directly, know His consciousness. That's why the great sage of Bengal, Chandi Das, said, Saber upar manus sat, tahire upar nahi. Maybe I may not be saying Bengali correctly, but it means above all is the truth of man. Beyond it, there is nothing. So if anyone wants to know God, he has to go inside. Even Einstein cannot claim that he has known, because he has tried to study stars and he didn't find God there. That means his search was in right direction. That's why he said, when someone asked him that whether you would like to be physicist in next life or not, he said, I would rather like to be a plumber than to be a physicist, because as far as outside world is concerned, I could know about the furthest stars, but as far as my being is concerned, I know nothing. So I would rather like to be a plumber than to be a physicist, so that I can devote my life, my energy in knowing myself. So even if a scientist wants to know what God is, what truth is, he has to go in. And no one is ready to go in. There is a man who teaches he has a very great coaching institute for people who are preparing for administrative examination in India. His name is, I think, Vikas Devkirti. So yesterday I was hearing his interview, and he said that first he quoted Tulsidas. Even Osho has quoted it and condemned Tulsidas for this. He has said it many times. Tulsidas, in his Ramcharitmanas, it is written, ढोल गवार शूद्र पशु नारी ये सब है तारन के अधिकारी. Dhol means the drum, gawar means the uneducated villager kind of person, the Buddhist kind of person. Sudra means those who are of low caste, the untouchable. Actually, here it means the person of low consciousness. Pashu means animals and Nari means women. ये सब है तारन के अधिकारी. Now I will have to first find out what taran really means. Maybe it means that they need to be taught lesson or warned or dealt sternly, because they are ruled by their instinct, they are ruled by their unconsciousness. So maybe he said it, Tulsidas said it. And some people translate taran as they need to be beaten. Whatever the meaning is. So even Osho has condemned it, that this is like treating women equal to animals, to drum, to Sudras, to uneducated villager. It is a great disrespect of women. But the thing is that he has written the story of Rama. His whole story. And there is one character in this story who is Samudra, which is the ocean. That character has said it. But that character is villainous. So when some character says something in a biography or in a story, it may be real or fictitious, then you cannot say that the sage is saying it himself. This is one character in the story saying. So Vikas Devakirti, when he said that this is against feminism, he is totally wrong. And when Osho says it, it may be anything, because for him everything is a device. He knew that there are so many Hindus here. Their button will be pressed. They will be uprooted. They will start boiling within. All their unconscious will start coming up. So when Osho says these things, he want you to see inside what happens within you. Are you still trembling? Is your stillness lost by whatever someone is saying? Words are just sound. You are just throwing air. You are just throwing some sound. And if it is affecting you so much, then you are not meditator of great worth. You need to find your being which remains unaffected, which is untouched by anything. Which is not influenced by anything. So just few words and you start trembling. This is what the word emotion means. It comes from a root immovri, that means to shudder. You start trembling. Osho wants you to see it then. When he says something, for him these things are not of much worth. He may invent stories, he may say things which have never happened. But his purpose is to stop your chattering mind, to take you from mind to no mind, to help you to transcend mind. So he can use anything as a device. So that's why there is a lot of misunderstanding. All these fanatic Hindus, these mad, stupid people, they also start abusing now Osho that he has said these things against Hindus. He is not interested in Hindu or Muslim or Christian or anyone. He is interested in you, in the individual and their transformation. Rama may be an enlightened person or Buddha may be an enlightened person, but what difference it makes to your life? If you are living in your inner darkness, they may be enlightened, so how it is serving you? That is what Buddha said in Dhampat, that if you are counting others people cow, they may be very healthy. They may be giving lot of milk. But what worth it is for you? If you have a weak cow which gives little milk, but if you have your own cow, that can serve some purpose for you. That can quench your thirst, that can give you some nourishment. But just by counting other people's cow, nothing is going to happen. So when Vikas Devakirti said it, he is not the right person. He should teach what he is teaching. Now everywhere people are spitting on him. They are saying that he knows nothing about those things. Then yesterday he was saying that because Tulsidas has said this, and maybe Kabir Das also said something like this. I have not heard Kabir saying anything against women. Maybe he may have said, because this feminism and all these things are just hypocrisy. You are just hiding the pus. You are just hiding rotten things, and you are saying all are equal, all are great. You may be in pool full of shit and then say feminism and all those things. These are just just to fulfill others people's ego. When you need hits, hit is needed. But he said that we should not expect Kabir Das and Tulsi Das and other people who lived 500 years back. So now that they will have understanding of feminism. This is utter idiocy. What Buddha and Mahavir and Krishna achieved thousands of years back, no modern man, just barring few, no modern man can claim that they are even near them. Their feminism is far beyond this feminism, this superficial feminism. When they came to know their consciousness, they transcended the gender. Consciousness has no gender. So for them it matters not whether you are man or woman or transgender or anything. They are interested in your consciousness. And consciousness is neither man nor woman. So they have known something far deeper. Only they know what equality is. All these people are just, their understanding is only mental, and mental understanding is no understanding. If you scratch the surface, then inside you will find a devil. So he was saying that before people used to hit, now after 100 years or 50 years afterwards, people will say that how cruel human beings were. They used to hit dog with stones, and they were treating animals so badly. But the respect which Mahavira or Buddha had for animals, for any living being, is impossible from any modern man. They went so deep inside themselves. Mahavira found animal of one sense, that is amoeba. Then he found 2 sense organ animals in this, and then he said that 5 sense organ, we are 5 sense organ being. Then if you become conscious, then you are even beyond all those things. So when Buddha realized that the same life is throbbing within him and in everything, same consciousness is in animals also, in everyone, then there arose tremendous compassion, which is not there in modern man, even after 50 years or 100 years. If you don't realize your consciousness, you cannot treat animals equally, you cannot respect them. Only an enlightened person can respect other living beings. Otherwise, it is all hypocrisy. It is also conditioning. You are conditioned by feminism. You are conditioned by equality, which is all just on the surface. You repeat your question once more.
Okay. If my conditionings are contradicting with my unconscious desires, Is that what makes me non-integrated, schizophrenic, and a hypocrite?
You can go beyond your schizophrenia, your non-integration. What was the third thing?
Hypocrisy.
Hypocrisy. Only by being conscious. There is no other way. Otherwise, you can just hide all those things in good clothes, in mannerism, in etiquette. You can suppress them. You can become a gentleman or a gentlewoman. But they just look gentle. Inside there is all kind of garbage. Inside, crocodiles are there. Monsters are there. They're just painted and dented. Only way to become integrated is to become one inside. And that only then you can go beyond schizophrenia. You can go beyond being a hypocrite. Who is a hypocrite? Hypocrite is something else inside and he is showing some different face outside just to get the approval, the appreciation of the outside world. So everyone is a hypocrite if they are unaware of their consciousness. Only when you become conscious, you become one. There is only one consciousness in everyone. It is like the one electricity that is running everything, whether it is the fridge, air conditioner or television or anything, bulb or fan. So you have to come to know that consciousness. Once you become one inside, all your hypocrisy will be gone. All your unintegration, your schizophrenia, everything will go. Is it clear?
Yes, very clear, Swami.
It seems that justice, judiciary, government, they have all become jokes. Now this man, this brute, this monster who cut this woman into 35 pieces. Now the police is very much puzzled and they are in trouble that he has accepted everything, that I did it, I'd chopped her into 35 pieces and every night I used to throw her in jungles, in forest, keeping her in deep freezer, used to change body parts. When some part will become very frozen, then he will take other parts which were not so frozen, then he will keep those parts in deep freezer. Then how he cleaned his room so many times with chemicals. And this monster was living there, eating his food there, making so-called love to other idiots, other Hindu idiots. And it is said that he used to he didn't throw her head so quickly. Maybe he kept it till the very end. He used to see her head and looking at her head, then he will go to sleep. And he was able to sleep. Everything he was doing, he was eating, that shows the kind of brainwashing these assholes go through. And that is the reason these people are called peaceful people, because they are expert in cutting people into pieces. Now, most of the media, electronic media, all these big media, they are somewhere in support of him. Because money comes from there, the fund comes from there. And he is saying all those things to the police very frankly, because he knows that these things won't last in the court. You need real evidence. And then there will be big lawyers fighting for him. Because they are all just worse than prostitutes. If you are paying them money, then they are ready to sell their soul. Because they have nothing in the name of soul. It is all rotten. They are soulless people. Otherwise, anyone who has some sensitivity, even little bit of consciousness, will not be ready to take such cases. But these people are themselves criminals. They may be called lawyers, but they are all liars. They may be called protector of justice. They are the creator of Constitution, the book which we think people are hypnotized to think that this book is the highest beyond all religion. But who have created these books? It is all unconscious people. And they go on changing it. If they came to know some absolute truth, it cannot change. So they are all themselves in darkness. And they are so greedy. And they are so fearful also that no one wants to go against this peaceful community. So when he will be in court, he will say that police forced me to say all those things. So now the court has allowed narco analysis test. But this is their training. If they want to reach to heaven, go to Jannat and experience these 72 virgins, then this is the practice they have to do. He has done something very pious, very religious, killing kafirs. But the whole world is insane. If you allow these people to be around you, to live in cities, then they will go on doing these things again and again. But even if you are not able to prove all those things, that whether the dead, the parts of bodies, maybe her bones and all those things, whether the DNA matches with her parents or not. But the girl is not there. The girl is missing and she was living with him. That is enough evidence that he has done something. So, whether you get real proof or not, but there is some proof, circumstantial proofs are there. And these people are always doing these kind of things. At least he should be forced to tell, and the court should, whether police are able to prove it or not. But the court should force him to say that where the girl has went. You have to prove it. It should be his responsibility to prove that the girl is not dead, or if he is not able to prove it, then he should be punished. And he has himself accepted it. I have cut her into so many pieces. Otherwise, when he was saying all those things, there should have been these lawyers and judge present there, so that it becomes a proof that he has. And without forcing a little bit, these people will not open their mouth. Maybe he has opened without any force because he knows that these things are not going to stand in the court. So he thought that why to be tortured? There he will say that they have forced me to say all those things. This is a joke. You are making a joke of a man who is a complete monster, a demon. No sane man can, even if someone in outrage kills someone, but then he cannot do such thing. This is, for that you need to be a very cool, professional kind of killer. Must have got the training to kill animals before Lot. If he was a chef, then he may be doing all those things, cutting meat into pieces. That's why I say that if you are able to eat meat, then it will not be very difficult to kill human being also. And this is one of the reason, because these people eat anything, all kind of meat. So the violence is too much inside them. Otherwise, if someone is non-vegetarian, it will be very difficult for that person to even kill someone. And even if somehow accidentally he is able to kill someone, then he cannot do all those things. This is crime of extreme order. The peak of crime, you can say. And this man was all, before this girl also he had 3 Hindu girlfriends. And who knows whether he killed them or they are alive or he has killed them also. And after that also, when this girl was killed, he was using some Bumble app, and through it he was inviting girls to the same place. Now if you go on not punishing these kind of maniacs, then you are giving a very dangerous message. Then these criminals will think that, okay, 5 years, 10 years, we will be in jail. We will get our free food there. And then we will come back. And some judge, some psychologist will prove that he is a madman. He is a neurotic or psychotic, and then his punishment will be less. So whether someone is in the police or someone is a judge, without being conscious, without being meditative, you cannot be a real human being. Because these degrees are only just collecting outside. It is just creating havoc in your brain. Inside you are also the same kind of monsters. One Muslim crime reporter, the way he was presenting all those things, it looked that it is just a regular thing. But he said that this man is a brute. He used the word darindagi and havaniyat. Very harsh words. But no one wants to find the root of this darindagi and havaniyat. which is this peaceful religion. Because in the very religion it is said that wherever you find kafirs, you just go hide, and then whenever you see them, kill them. Because these kafir are worse than animals, they are worse than pigs and dogs, worse than shit. If you are killing them, then in a way you are liberating them also. But how the whole human world is accepting these kind of things? So it shows that everyone has vested interest, all these politicians. If they are paid money or if they get votes from these people, then any brute can be part of society. And slowly, these people are just, they are like termite. They are eating the whole structure. And it's not that this is the only incident, just because this happened in Delhi. So it became highlighted. Even animals are, we compare that if someone does something very heinous kind of crime, that this man is like an animal. But animals are just, they are hungry and that is their instinct. They are programmed in that way. For food they do it. Once their hunger is appeased, then even in the front of a lion, if there is a deer, it won't take care. It won't even notice. So what do you think about this?
It's very hard to believe that a human being can do such thing, and after he does it, he can still eat, can still sleep, can still find new girlfriends. It's like nothing to him.
That is why religions are very dangerous thing. This is the greatest drug, religion. It can brainwash you to such an extent that you will lose all your thinking ability. Only religion based on meditation, that you observe your mind, you encounter all your monster and get rid of it. Otherwise all religions, they are just fantasy, fictitious. I think people are not able to say the right thing because everyone is dishonest. They have their own vested interests.
Yes.
The mirror is not clean. Otherwise, things are very obvious.
Yes.
These kind of mad people cannot be forgiven. Keep them in a place where they live with their kind of people.
They should live together.
Make them create something so that they can contribute also something. As long as they are alive. And let them realize through meditation one day that they may have killed someone, but they have destroyed their own potential. This life could have been a great opportunity to evolve in consciousness. Even now, if they want, and if our society is sane, they can be provided everything. If you are little sensitive, you cannot get rid of these kind of things. It is because of the brainwashing that you have done something good and you will be rewarded, you will go to heaven. This hypnosis is not letting them realize what they have done. They should be told. They should realize that what they have done, there is no reward for it. Whatever they are thinking that they will be rewarded, there will be great reward. It's all just blind, bogus belief. There is no such heaven, no such hell. But the heaven and hell is inside you. It is a psychological state. So you are going to be in hell for your whole life, maybe. These pseudo-religious people, they are responsible for creating such monsters. These people, the one who has killed, he is not the villain number one. Those who create such people, those who condition and program the mind of these people, they are the real greater criminals. This idiot, he must be thinking he has done something very great. This is what, when Kasab came to India and he did his terrorist acts, killed many innocent people. He had been told in Pakistan that in India, no Muslim is allowed to pray in mosques. There is no, what do you call it, that...
Azan?
Azan, there is no azan. Azan is not allowed here. But when he was being taken from one jail to other, he heard the sound of azan coming from so many places. Then he was surprised. That was his first shock. Then when some big police officer was interrogating him, then he said that those who have killed these kafir, from their body the fragrance will come. He was brainwashed into believing it. So the police officer said, okay, I will take you. You should have the first-hand experience. Come with me, because they are in this mortuary or whatever, the place where they keep these bodies. So he took him to there, and when he went there, and his smell was so rotten, so that he could not tolerate it. And then he sat down, totally despondent and dejected. Maybe started weeping. I was not present, so I can only, whatever I have heard, I can only say that. So then all his seventh heaven fell down. Castle which he was making in the air collapsed. Those people who brainwash these idiots, they are the greater criminal.